Mike Pence, who was challenged by a military mother and Clinton supporter to rebuke Trump.
Trump has disrespected our nation's armed forces and veterans, and his disrespect for Mr. Khan and his family is just an example of that. Will there ever be a point in time when you're able to look at Trump in the eye and tell him enough is enough?
It's okay.
You have a son in the military.
It's okay.
How do you tolerate his disrespect?
It's all right. It's all right. Folks, that's what freedom looks like, and that's what freedom sounds like. Okay.
Some Republicans have had enough. One New York GOP congressman currently in the White House, Donald Trump, punched right back.
He's been one of the worst presidents in the history of our country. And for him to be calling me out is almost an honor, because he truly doesn't know what he's doing. He's been a very, very weak president.
Under fire for his very public battle with the parents of a fallen Muslim American soldier, Trump tried to show he still has plenty of military support, introducing a crowd in Virginia to a self-described veteran who offered a medal to the GOP nominee.
A man came up to me, and he handed me his Purple Heart. I said, man, that's like big stuff. I always wanted to get the Purple Heart. This was much easier. But I tell you, it was such an honor.
So far at his rallies this week, Trump has steered clear of his incendiary comments on the Khan family who scolded him at the Democratic convention. Trump is attempting to change the subject back to Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton will be worse. She has bad relationships with people like Putin. I'll give you an example. She has terrible relationships with Putin. So, she wants to play the tough one. She's not tough.
But unlike his past incendiary comments, Trump is having trouble outrunning his war of words with the Khan family. Same goes for his VP pick, Mike Pence, who was challenged by a military mother and Clinton supporter to rebuke Trump.
Trump has disrespected our nation's armed forces and veterans, and his disrespect for Mr. Khan and his family is just an example of that. Will there ever be a point in time when you're able to look at Trump in the eye and tell him enough is enough?
It's okay. It's
You
all right.
have a son in the military.
It's okay.
How do you tolerate his disrespect?
It's all right. It's all right. Folks, that's what freedom looks like, and that's what freedom sounds like. Okay.
Some Republicans have had enough. One New York GOP congressman, Richard Hanna, wrote an op-ed saying, "While I disagree with her on many issues, I will vote for Mrs. Clinton." The Trump campaign and the candidate's son, Eric, have accused the media of blowing the Khan story out of proportion. Eric Trump tried to say his father has apologized, even though he hasn't.
I think that's a great question for him, and I think he has by calling them a hero.
And Eric Trump seemed to stand by his father's comments on how daughter Ivanka would respond to sexual harassment in the workplace. Donald Trump had said she would leave her career or company. Eric Trump suggested strong women somehow don't get sexually harassed.
Does your father stick by what he said?
There is no question. There is no question that obviously it should be addressed, and it should be addressed strongly. And Ivanka is a strong, powerful woman. She wouldn't allow herself to be, objected, to it.
So far, the latest Trump controversies haven't dampened the energy at his rallies, where supporters seem to be enjoying every moment, even when their candidate jokes about kicking out crying babies.
Don't worry about that baby. I love babies. So I love babies. I hear that baby crying. I like it. Actually, I was only kidding. You can get the baby out of here.